And I know we both agree on like, I feel like we're two of the few people that think that there's really not that many facts in the world.
I am of the mind that there are no actual facts in the world.
I think there are. I want to say I think there's like a couple, but like I understand what you're saying, and I'm more on the side of you than you probably realize.
Right.
But I do think there's like a couple. I guess I would say like I'm okay believing in like science. I guess I would say.
Right.
And I understand someone created science, right? Like
Right.
it doesn't. But like I am okay being a part of the society that like we will listen to science.
So here's my thing is like for us to move forward, we
Right.
can't question every single thing along the way.
Right. But
Right.
it's
Like
fun.
at some point we have to just agree that we're going to call this a table.
But it's fun.
It's fun if you just question, well, what makes it a table? You
Right.
know, no, but can we just, move on?
Right.
So like, yeah, like science stuff is like, but it's not it's not fact. We just all agree on it.
Right. Someone came up with all of this,
Right.
and we've just kept agreeing to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was always one of my favorite Louis C.K. bits of like the year it is.
Yeah,
Remember
exactly.
that?
Exactly.
He's like, so you don't think Christianity's won out? Let me ask you a question.
What year is it?
What year is it? You think we just started at
Right.
at 1 or whatever? Like, there was a lot of stuff, before it type of stuff. And like, so
I love the like imagine being in the years like before, imagine being in BC. Like, what year is it? 6. What year is it? 5. What
Yeah.
year is it? 4. What's gonna happen?
Can I tell you, this is probably a little controversial, and at some point we're gonna have to get to the intro because we're running out of time. But that's how I've always felt about like different religions and like kind of cults and the difference between them, and like specifically like Scientology.
Right.
Like, I think Scientology is a little crazy, if not a lot crazy. I don't see as much of a difference between that and like every other religion as like people make it out to be. And it's like, it's the same thing. The reason I thought of it is like the year. Like, some people celebrate a different calendar.
Yeah.
They're not. And like most people be like, no, it's this. And it's like, yeah, that's not a factual thing. That's just what we've all agreed to like go by. But then they'll look at those people and be like, yeah, they're crazy. Like they, like the Mayans or whatnot.
Right.
They're a different calendar. Yeah. And that's how I feel like people look at like Scientology. It's like, that's a crazy religion. Like it's a cult.
Rogan had a bit where
I'm like, it's the same thing. To me.
yeah, it was like no,
It just started more recently.
No, that was the thing. It was like the difference between a religion and a cult is it like it was like it was like it has to be like old and like the guy has to be dead.
Right. Yeah.
Your guy has to be dead.
Yeah.
He can't be an actual person or it's a cult.
And I would argue dead for a long time.
Yeah.
Can't be recently dead.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you gotta get, you were in love with this person. It has to almost be like.
No, I knew him. He was a dick.
Yeah. Well, no, because I was watching this documentary on HBO not too long ago with my family about this guy recently who like started a cult. And I want to state, if we do use this, the guy's in the wrong. Okay, I'm not a fan of this guy, but a lot of the stuff that he was like saying and they were doing, and like with the music behind it was like, can you believe this? This is crazy. And I'm like, reminds me a lot of what religious people talk about. Like
Doesn't seem like that far of a stretch.
yeah, like because there was this one part where he was branding women. It was like a sex cult. Okay,
Yeah.
not right.
Right.
I mean, there's some people that take
No, people get branded for a lot of
Christianity and Catholicism and
do crazy shit.
right, yeah. Don't want to get too. There's people that hijack planes and run into towers for their religion. Misinterpretation.
Yeah.
But like people do crazy things for their religion, and I was like, there was just so many parts where I was like, this doesn't. I don't think there's as much of a gap.
I can't wait to
people
drop.
think there
I
is.
can't wait to drop the video labeled "The Guys Talk Religion."
I would love to. I honestly would love to have that conversation because that's kind of the stuff I'm talking about. I was like, you do have those conversations in Clubhouse sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've had them with people that are very religious.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately they've always.
They can be good conversations.
I was gonna say I
depending
think
on the
every
people.
one of them, even though I've had extreme disagreements, they've always been good.
Yeah.
We've always I remember I had one with what's his name? Braden Higgins. You know Braden Higgins?
Yeah.
I know Deck brought him up when he was very religious, love the guy. I think the guy's a great guy. Just disagree with him on a couple issues. Yeah. We were talking like abortion, as one does in Dom's backyard,
Right.
because we were waiting to throw.
Yeah, of course.
And it got heated. And my only point I kept making was that what he was saying was an opinion and not fact.
Right.
I disagree with what he's saying, but I'm saying, like, I understand where you're coming from. He's like, no, but it's fact. It is murder. And I said, it's literally not considered that. You're saying that you think it should be, but the whole thing is it's not, because of how, and then that go into a discussion like we talk about, every word was just great. But legally, it is considered, an embryo at some point, and then it obviously turns into a baby.
Right.
But, like, so it's not considered murder. And all I said was that I understand where you're coming from, but he kept being like, and that's a fact. And I said, that's literally not a fact. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
And I respect your opinion. And it was getting, like, really heated. And the only reason I tell that story is until, like, we're still close. Yeah. And I think most people now can't have conversations like that.
It is good though that you were heated about the difference of opinion versus fact versus like whether it's murder or it's not.
Right.
Murder.
So that was kind of fun. I think that's why most people around were like laughing. This is around that era, that time. It was like a few years ago where the chatter of like, start a podcast type of thing.
Right.
This is funny.
Right.
And people were cracking up because he was, so passionate about this issue. Yeah. And all I cared about was that he needed to understand the difference between fact and opinion.
Yeah. I'm going to beat your ass. Now you're going to try.
Right. No, I'm literally going to. Like, you don't know you don't know the definition of literally. It's like, what? That's what we're talking about.